Hey everybody, Blaine, Sites PGA Golf Performance Coach, and in this video I want to talk about how you can improve your lat mobility. And your lats, you can think of your lats as going from your armpit down to the side of your rib cage, and they're a big proponent of what allows you to get your arms so high up over your head. Now, before we go into how to do this, I want to give you a little visual here. If you take a look at my sweater here, when I raise my arm, notice how my sweater gets pulled up. Okay, so let's just imagine for a second that this is our skin. Well, if our skin is really tight and it can't move and the muscles are a little bit dysfunctional, when I go up, I'm going to go, okay, I can't go any farther. My arm gets stuck. There's no reserves to pull from. So what we end up doing is we work around that area. We say, okay, I can get my arm up as long as I keep it bent and I kind of overextend my back. And neither of those are optimally what we're looking for. We want to be able to move our limbs independent of our core. So as we get this tight system to feed some slack back in there, now I can raise and lower my arm and there's extra reserves to pull from. Well, in your golf swing, this is no different. If you're going to make your swing and your lats are tight and you're trying to get your arms high and make a nice full shoulder turn, it's just not going to happen, at least not with compensation elsewhere. So we can change this system, we can change how that functions by doing a little bit of mobility. And so I'm going to use a big semi-soft ball. It has a little bit of cushion to it. And the reason I like a bigger, slightly softer ball is for a lot of us, it's a little bit tender to be rolling around on our ribs. Okay, if you're super strong, if you're a guy who has some massive muscle mass, by all means you can get in there super deep. If you don't have quite that muscle mass, if your tissues are really dysfunctional, whatever the case is, switch to something a little bit softer, maybe a little bit bigger. I've done this before on a semi-deflated basketball. You can use a tennis ball, just something that applies some good pressure but isn't too discomforting. What we're going to do though, so let's go into it. I'm going to take this ball and it's going to go at the base of my rib cage, and I'm going to take my arm and lay it over my head. And I'm going to go side to side, so front to back here. I'm going from my back side to my front side, working across the grain. And I'm going to just work myself around until I start to feel some things break up, until it doesn't feel like it's breaking up anymore. Then I'm going to go just about one rib high. When I get about halfway up my rib cage, now I can start adding some arm movement, which is a really great proponent of this. So we have essentially two things here. One is keep your arm where it is and move your body. The second thing is keep your body where it is and move your arm. And the combination of those two together makes a really profound change in the way that these muscles will start to develop. Again, magic number is 2 minutes per side, but again, that 2 minutes doesn't start until you feel the change happen. So if you're rolling around, 30 seconds goes by and you're like, okay, now I can start to feel it, now the tissues will start breaking up, great, now start your clock. 2 minutes per side. I'd love to see some before and after pictures. How does your arm position change? What does the top of your swing look like? Tag me on social media, hashtag move better, play better.